It's Thursday! Yay! Everything's working this time.
Are we delayed? Are we 1,
2,
1,
4.
3?
I don't know.
Is there a delay? I don't
2,
know. 1,
3,
3,
5.
7.
I don't think there's a delay.
Okay, I mean, I don't know.
Do you hear a delay? Does anybody hear a delay? There's already like 6 people watching. Is there a delay? Anybody?
I'm gonna clear out some. I know we can come back.
All right, Chris is gonna ruin the beginning of the episode just to get it started. That's it. I'm just gonna sit here and shoot myself. Okay.
We haven't started, dude.
We barely started. That's what Chris says, but we all know. Yeah, thank you, Scott. See, I told him there was no delay. It's like, what the heck? All right, you back? See, even the listener said there was no delay.
I think there's a delay in my brain.
I think
it's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to the brand new episode 200. Oh, 300. We're in threes. Man, I keep forgetting that. 370.
Close to 400.
I know. When we get 400, we're going to have to get together and do this at like an ice cream parlor where we sit there and eat ice cream the whole time.
That's what we're going to do when I tell movies all.
All right, welcome to a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
And of course, we review 2 movies every week. Ones that I don't get to choose, and we'll talk all about that here in a little bit.
we picked 2. You wanted to see the second one?
I mean, you asked me on nights where I'm drunk or hungover, and it's just I
can't keep track of how many nights you're drunk or hungover.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I did have a crazy weekend. I mean, I did go to the championship. I mean, we just recorded an episode on Sunday. That night I went to the NBA championship match.
And you were heartbroken.
I was heartbroken, and I was even more heartbroken when the OKC fans beat up little kids with Pacer shirts on and ripped them off. And that made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about the win or loss that much. Because I just, we won't talk about that because we'll get kicked out there by anybody that's from Oklahoma. Anyway, let's talk about movies. So today we're going to talk 2 movies. The first movie, as we're going to talk about, is Drop, featuring the one and only Megan Fahey.
You spend every second with somebody. There's still this part that's a mystery. You know? You don't have to know everything to love someone. A mystery. It's kind of sexy. I'm a mystery to myself. Honestly, I surprise myself all the time. I think you just do whatever you have to do, not to feel like a victim of life.
I forget where that's from. Neil, where's that from?
That's from White Lotus, man.
Okay.
One of the most famous shows in America in the last 2 years.
It's the one show I haven't been able to not get into. all the time. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I need to spend time watching it. So
I mean, there's shows I haven't watched yet. I mean, oh my god, I guess the Bear just got released.
yesterday, and then tomorrow is Squid Game.
Yeah.
Season 2. Yeah.
Oh, Squid Games! I love me the
Yeah.
Squid Games. Squid Games make me feel like happiness everywhere.
Mhm.
Also in this movie is Brandon Skellner.
I'll never understand why you British are always so shocked to find an American anywhere but America.
Because it's so far. Look how far you've traveled.
Look how far you've traveled. I'm not shocked to meet you.
You're rude.
Us Americans are renowned for our lack of manners.
True. Do you drink champagne?
What I'm saying, baby. Whiskey when I'm down.
What was up with that? What was that Nokia noise on the phone? Like, did you hear that? Did you play that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, whatever. That was from one of those.
Yes, and that was from 1923. One of I
Yeah,
believe
sounds
that's
good.
the better of the.
Is it the one with Harrison Ford?
Yes, because the one with because the 18 one is Sam Elliott, if I believe so.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
I
anything
don't
with Harrison Ford in it is good. I mean, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Also in this movie, Violet Bean.
Yeah, that was a mistake. One that I will never make again.
Yeah. Yeah, me either. Earth anyway.
What the fuck is going on?
Going back to Earth 2 already?
Earth 3, actually.
You just got here, Jesse.
I know, and I want to be with you. It's just Avatar said he had plans for me in the future. I can't let that happen. Besides, until Barry can get Jay out of the Speed Force, Earth 3 needs a Flash to protect it.
From if the Flash and Neil's fucking around with the sound bites, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, this is a movie drop about cell phones, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, also in this movie is the wonderful Reed Diamond.
If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
For God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
So Joss Whedon's interpretation of William Shakespeare is much ado about nothing.
Yes, I love that. I didn't even know it was Josh Whedon until I saw the clip. I was like, oh, I know that guy. Isn't he from Much Ado About Anything? Like, that's how I remembered him. And then I went and found out that.
I recognize that guy from Dollhouse. So.
Oh, yeah. And he was also in Designated Survivor. He was in, he's like in a list of TV shows.
Our friend Crowns is also in Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. So that is just some of the people from the movie Drop. We'll be talking about that movie first, everybody.
It's basically all of them.
Huh?
It's basically all of them.
Yeah, that's basically everybody in that movie. That's why I did all four of them. All right, and the second movie this week is 28 years later.
That's wrong. You have the wrong show card. That's you have 20 weeks of.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, now so we got
no, that's the original one you have up right now.
Damn it! Which one? They're all red. Why is every poster red this week? Look at this. No, on purpose, I made it so it wasn't red. There's 28 years later.
Okay.
All right. Now, the person I could not find one, and we'll talk about this later. He's the man that played Spike. What's the kid's name?
The child, yeah.
What's his name?
God damn it.
Alfie Williams. Alfie
Yeah,
Williams.
Alfie Williams.
Alfie Williams. We'll talk about him later and why he's more significant. And I just couldn't find anything. I even tried to find a clip of the trailer somewhere so I could try to use the voice from that. That's not what happened. But we'll talk about why that's significant later. But in the movie that you do know, first, the one, the only, the one who actually, and this is going to be one of the facts for the movie later, begged to be in this movie or Danny Boyle movie, period, Jodie Comer.
Gap year tragedy who fell in love with her coke dealer. Ah, a sun cream heiress from Sydney who has her own like super successful bikini brand. No? I know. She's just arrived from New York after one too many nights on the wrong side of the bridge, and she has a really, really, really annoying accent.
I like her accent. What's her name?
Billy.
Where's that from?
That is from Killing Eve.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was great because she did 4 different accents in one scene. I was like, man, it's awesome. Now, a man, I'm pretty sure at this point, if he's not James Bond, the entire world will be fucking
so hot.
will be so disappointed. The one and only from one of my favorite movies with him in it, Bullet Train, Mr. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, cuts out the bag now, isn't it?
You were responsible for keeping my son safe, for keeping my money safe.
You know, I don't know a thing or two about being a parent, but you know what I would do? Being that it's your son and your money, I'd stop crying about your dead wife, get off your fucking lazy ass, come here and finish the job yourself. But as we're having a bit of a heart-to-heart, got a couple of things to tell you. Your son's a complete bellend and I fucking deserves to be bleeding out of his eye sockets. And as for your case, I haven't seen it since Tokyo. And I hope someone's fucking found it, put it all on red, and having a fucking wonderful time.
I will meet you at Kyoto Station.
Oh, how wonderful. I can't fucking wait.
I want to look into your eyes when I kill you and your brother.
So yeah, I love the chemistry between either Neil and Taylor Johnson.
Definitely here.
Yeah, I love this chemistry between Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Taylor Jr. Lemon and Tangerine. It's just one of the best.
Oh yeah. Lemon. There's so many edited videos of Lemon and Tangerine across the internet. Like it was hard for me to find that clip that didn't have like some epic like love song behind it. Of him and love of Lemon and Tangerine.
Yeah. Thanks, TikTok.
Now, the next person in 28 years later,
Neil,
it's a favorite of. No, wait. Before you say anything, this actor is a favorite of me and Chris's both. Now, when I went to grab clips for this man, I literally watched almost a half of fucking 5 different movies.
Yeah, because he's great.
It's great. I am pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this is Chris's favorite Wes Anderson movie. Am I correct?
It's his best one, but not my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember we had a conversation once about this, but from one of my favorite ones, the Great Budapest Hotel, the one and only Ralph Fiennes.
It's a Rafe, by the way. That's
why I said Rafe. Oh my God, I knew I was gonna mess it up.
What happened, my dear Zero, is I beat the living shit out of a snivelling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had the gall to question my virility. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Penny Dreadfuls, it's that when you find yourself in a place like this, you must never be a candy ass. You've got to prove yourself from day one. You've got to win their respect. You should take a long look at his ugly mug this morning. He's actually become a dear friend. You'll meet him, I hope. So, you talked to Kovacs?
I saw him last night in secret. He made me take an oath on a Bible I wouldn't tell a soul. You're supposed to also.
I'll do that later.
He suspects you're innocent.
Of course he does.
Yeah, from the Grim Budapest Hotel. So.
Talk about just here in a second.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess you can find us on network, Facebook, social media, also podcast. We're on Instagram, TS Podcast. We're on Blue Sky, Movies Also Podcast.bsky, social, .com, I think. And then also we're on the patreon.com since we don't suck. You guys can also find our friends online, dudetimnet.com, 2m.net. You'll find us there with a bunch of really cool podcasts. We have YouTube and Movies Don't Suck podcast. And every fun podcast. We're fun podcast and Movies Don't Suck. Some of you guys want a free sticker, I'll pay postage. Just send us a message, I'll send one over. Neil, who was you on today?
You know, I was thinking about this, and the thing is, I haven't really been out much. I did go after the championship. I did go to the Blue Note, which I've already talked about in extension here. So I figured I'd talk about a place I did go before that is still around and kicking, and I think it fits in perfect for today's episode, and that's going to be the one and only Zombie Burgers and Drink Lab in Des Moines, Iowa.
I've been there. Yeah.
Oh, the one, like, I have a picture with these two.
Yeah.
Somewhere in my collection. I'd have to go through all of it and stuff like that. But it is like one of my favorite, like locations ever. They got 2 locations now. They also got one in where's it at? Location Jordan Creek Mall now.
Mm-hmm.
But they have downtown one now. It's famous for the intimate combos and flavors and post-apocalyptic chic, setting Zombie Burger serves fast food and culinary edge, a gore meat eatery, evoking classics. They have everything. What did you get when you got there?
I had a burger, but I also had like a shake that had like free pebbles in it.
One of these buddies right there. One of the breakfast.
Oh yeah.
I had the cinnamon toast crunch one. I had the cinnamon toast crunch one.
Yeah.
Now, what burger did you have?
I don't remember. It's been fucking 4 years. 5 years.
I remember.
Okay.
That's the one I had.
Oh shit. That might have been my. Oh, that's definitely what I had. Yeah.
The mac and cheese, where the mac and cheese was the bun. I believe this one was called, if I remember correctly, this was called the Walking Ched.
So burger. I have this thing when I go to restaurants that they have mac and cheese and I haven't had it before. That's the first thing I get.
Oh yeah, this one's the donut in between the burger in between.
Yeah.
I mean, Zombie Burgers, guys, you can find them if you ever go to Des Moines, Iowa. Literally, this is the restaurant you want to go to. It is fatty, it is good, but like the flavors are insane. That's like their hot link one. I can't remember all the names of them. I had the menu up, and I don't know where the heck it went.
No, it's really you know. A lot of people don't like talk about Des Moines. This is a great place in Des Moines.
Oh, it is. There's awesome. You can also join the horde and get rewards anytime you go and eat there. But this is like literally, look at that burger. Oh my God. I would die. I would have a heart attack and die, but I would eat that burger. Oh, this one is the Ash. From Evil Dead.
Yeah.
The Ash Burger. But definitely, guys, Zombie Burgers. You ever go to Des Moines, Iowa? This is a place to go. It's owned by 2 dudes that are literally just nerds that love making good food for good people. You can find any of their information either at zombieburgerdm.com or go to facebook.com /zombieburgerdm.
Yeah, it's a good place, man. I enjoyed it when we went up to. Yeah, I was like.
Dude, I remember I walked in there and the person at the front counter looked at me and she just looked at me and said,
"They're coming to get you, Barbara."
He called you Barbara, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know what that's from, do you?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Is this not Living Dead?
It's Night of the Living Dead, the most famous zombie movie of all times.
Let's talk movies. More movies. Let's talk directed by Christopher Landon. He directed other things such as Freaky. He wrote that. He directed such other things. Sorry, I should have this pulled up right away. It's Happy Death Day to You, Happy Death Day, which I love both those movies. and he's freaky, and this is his newest drop. This written by Jillian Jacobs and Chris Roach. This stars Megan Fahey as Violet.
You all right, man?
Yeah, just here we go. Oh fuck.
You spend every second with somebody.
Brendan Skellner as Henry.
I'll never understand why you British are always so shocked to find an American.
Violet Bean is Jen.
Yeah, that was a mistake. One that I will never make again.
Yeah.
Reed Diamond is Richard.
If she should make tender of her love, she's very.
Well, I'm trying not to waste time here.
If she should make all the time.
One that I will never make again.
Yeah. Yeah, me either.
Better.
There you go.
Reed Diamond is Richard.
If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man.
Okay, Gabriel Ryan plays Carla. Jeffrey Spell plays Matt. Ed Weeks plays Phil. And Neil, why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for Drop?
The storyline, which was written by Horror Brains, is a widowed mother on her first date in years who arrives at an upscale restaurant where she is revealed that her date, Henry, is more charming and handsome than she expected. But their chemistry begins to curdle as Violet begins being irritated and then terrorized by a series of anonymous drops to her phone.
So irritated and then terrorized. But yeah, it's so this one's kind of Neil had problems with it because he. You want to get that?
Oh no, my phone's in the. I don't keep my cell phone next to this microphone like you.
I know, Neil.
I'm just kidding. It's right here. Anyway, continue.
So this one was chosen because it's in our backlog and it's a Blumhouse film. So I thought Neil might like to see a Blumhouse movie, and but the text he was sending me after it was over, or while it was
no,
happening.
not after why it's over. Let me justify what I did.
Okay.
I woke up. I was like, all right, I got to watch both movies. So I got up really early because I knew I could get to see 28 Years Later at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, I'll get up super early, watch Drop, and then as soon as that's done, I can get showered up and go see 28 Years Later. So when I turn Drop on, I'm expecting this epic movie that my co-host has told me to put on. I had to keep checking to see if it was a movie and not a soap opera.
Okay.
That I thought I did not turn on the movie. I thought I turned on a soap opera show. But after like 20 minutes, I fell in love with this movie. I absolutely like the concept of the movie. And just like I did with Unfriended, Dark Web, I'm trying to think of all those other ones that had to do with computers and stuff like that. I like the concept of someone being tortured through their cell phone because I don't think we've seen that in a while.
Yeah, it's definitely they use like modern day technology drops as the thing that like it's interesting that way that they do that.
Yes.
It's not a perfect movie.
It is not. The production of this movie sucked. It literally looked like it was a CW show. It looked like that's my thing. And I'm sorry, people at Blumhouse or whoever did it, and they did it cheaply or whatever.
Blumhouse does everything cheaply, but it feels like someone using the term Hitchcockian, and I definitely see that in this movie.
Yeah, now that I've read that stuff after, but like my problem, I think, is that the top 3 people in this movie are all known for television, and they all brought that television CW kind of acting.
So you don't think that they can carry a movie as a lead person?
My thought in this is if they had 3 different actors, this movie would have been a home run. This movie, Oscar worthy. This movie could have been Silence of the Lambs, bro.
Okay, all right.
Anytime, it's just the right person in the right place. All right, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, and Silence of the Lambs, that's just a fucking B horror movie you're gonna go watch. If you know what I'm saying, like,
I mean, the acting wasn't bad. The writing was.
It wasn't
pretty,
bad. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was kind of campy.
Well, I definitely think that's part of it. But again, like, it was written well, directed well. But again, it's just a little movie. You know what I mean?
And it's only like an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's like hour and a half. It's pretty cheap.
It's literally right on. So anything I'm saying about that, okay. And again, Chris has made me an asshole critic. So like, Chris and his artsy movies, and I have to be like, oh, I got to look at the art of it and stuff like that, not just big blow up thingies and murder people, not really care about that stuff. But because Chris has brainwashed me, that's probably why I thought that way.
Sorry.
But the bottom line to that is this movie, I really liked it. I love the concept. I think they should have showed, and I think this is one of the mess ups in the movie. I think they should have showed the second scenario a little bit, and not just like in the distance.
Yeah.
And I don't know of how to say that without ruining. Yeah, because coming to the little surprises are pretty good.
There's a few things that are pretty interesting, and I was wondering if it surprised you, because you always look for.
Yeah, like it's just like every time I about stuff going on, and oh my god, Chris, my whole family is in trouble. I gotta go. But that's what I'm saying is that I think this is a great little movie if you're going to sit around and watch with some friends, or you're just going to chill. I think this is, you watch it. I mean, it's an hour and a half. It's PG-13 because it's PG-13 weekend.
Sure.
I mean, the next movie is so PG-13.
Oh yeah. So whatever.
We'll be talking about Samson.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this movie, the actors, did their best. The concept of this, I don't think did I get that to pass that one out? Yeah, that was the last one actually. The premise of this movie actually happened when a real life airdrop incident at a restaurant, but it was just dog pictures. But that's where the writer came up with the concept of putting this movie together.
Yeah, it's a fun little movie. It's something that you haven't seen before, and it's a tight thriller, I'd say, right? Like, no point did it feel like it was forced to be PG-13, even though it is. I didn't think about that afterwards, So
no, I didn't think about that at all. I just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So it's captivating. It's shot well. And Neil's just gonna keep doing the shit to the whole thing we talked about. Drop.
What are you talking about?
The noises you're doing with the soundboard. That's a different one, but yeah, it's there. If you keep on doing that, I'm just gonna have to.
I will fuck you. All right, I will enter you.
So
It doesn't
matter what you think. So I'm gonna get like 17 next time I watch it fucking around.
I'm sorry. Dude, my headphones. Oh, dude, one second. I can't hear you.
What?
Is that better?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, it's a fun little movie. It's you guys can watch it on Amazon. Not Amazon. Oh, you can rent it somewhere. Now it's money. I figure you should probably wait till it's kind of closer to free.
It's actually going to be streaming in about a month. So I mean, if you want to support the local movie, it already made 3 times its budget back when it was in the theater earlier.
Yeah.
in
I saw. I
April.
checked that earlier today. I checked that earlier. So I mean, making some money back. It came and went. You know, but
I didn't even know. Okay, so this is the problem we're having, guys. So many movies came and went like this year because everybody got creative during the pandemic and wrote like 500 fucking movies.
So
and
me and Neil,
everybody,
me and Neil, we do one movie a week. I see more movies that week, but we only talk about 2. And one of since the pandemic, we have this rhythm where one's streaming, one's theaters, and a lot of times we can't get to the theater twice in a week. It just ain't happen. And so
some of us we all work, we all have
Yeah.
we all have real jobs and stuff like this. Is
Yeah.
if we can start doing advertisements and maybe we can get paid more for this and leave our jobs.
That would be great.
do that.
I mean, I'd be all about that.
Yeah,
But,
we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Anyway, especially since I'm going to be on the road and not have a job anymore.
I know. I mean, your wife has a job. She's doing you.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk. Okay, back to the movie.
Okay,
All right,
so,
Chris. What did you think about this? What's your rating on this?
My rating on this is 3.8. It was decent.
I'm right there with you. I
Yeah.
liked it. This is a good movie. This is a fun movie. It's a thriller. It keeps you guessing a little bit. I mean, it gets you like, especially when shit goes down and you don't know who's doing what and where it's
Yeah,
going.
there's some
You're
points where you're super tense to edge your seat type stuff. Like
you're like, oh my god, are they all gonna die?
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
is she getting caught? What's going on here? You know, like so a bunch of that stuff. And so
And it literally gets to the point where every time you hear this in the movie, you're like, oh my god, is someone about to die? Is someone gonna die now? And is someone doing it in this room? Is somebody doing it like it seriously? You have this like almost like that's what I'm saying. Like at the beginning of this movie when it started, before it started going down, like the first 10 minutes of it, that's when I was like, this is very CW.
Yeah.
And then after they get to the thing and they start going, I'm like, all right, I got it. I'm good. I'm in it.
You, they're just setting it up for you. They're just setting it up for you.
I know.
And so
it's like, yay, CW.
I don't remember Rotten Tomatoes like right now. What's the audience score for Drop?
Audience score is going to be 78%.
You're really close, 79. You're really close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Woo, 2 weeks in a row.
Audience says a rewarding watch. This cheesy popcorn thriller entertains to a sauce. Drop. All right, what's the critic score for Drop?
The critic score is going to be, I'm going to say, a total of 61 points.
Certified Fresh 84.
Wow, they went higher.
Hitchcockian thriller, Hitchcockian thriller that cleverly utilizes modern technology for twists and turns. Drop delivers on its pulpy premise while providing a welcome showcase for leading lady Megan Fahey. I'm gonna read a good review and a bad review. Yeah, because we got so this is a bad review from Kristen Lemire, Film Week. She says, "Preposterous. I liked it for a while until I didn't." Okay, and this is from Allison Rose at Flick Direct. She says, Fahey shines as a woman made it masking panic beneath composure, delivering a gripping performance in this tense and suspenseful thriller. And it gets tense and is suspenseful. So we guys recommend Drop. It'll be streaming probably for pre-o price or for free here pretty shortly. So keep an eye out for Drop. Boomhouse, when movies come quietly, they're not always great, but this one's a pretty nice one. Pretty good. It goes down smooth, as I'd say. Right?
Right. And that's the bottom line because Chris said so.
Are you ready for that?
This is the Movies Don't Suck and Some of Them News. I'm going to tell you stories. Chris is going to understand them, even though you don't know this. We're all speaking in Arabic.
I'm 1% 1% fluent Arabic, probably. We'll find out.
No,
I'm not.
I meant Aromatic.
Aramaic, you mean? Okay,
but that's okay.
Right.
Move on. Yeah. All right, Chris. Our favorite Western series, man, still might be coming back. That's right. Horizon 3
Man.
was actually almost completed filming at the end of it before it got all shut down. Which means that Kevin Costner, if he gets these 3 movies out, that maybe he can get a following enough that he can make Chapter 4, which is the final chapter in the Horizon settlement. Now, Chris, you know what's going to stop that?
The lawsuit, right?
There is now another lawsuit at the end of that about coming from the intimacy coordinator with reveals unsettling details following the assault scene that was made up on the spot.
I feel like this thing is cursed. I
Of
feel
Horizon 2. Horizon 2. Of Horizon 2. Not even 3, which they didn't finish filming, and 4, which hasn't been made yet.
I just feel like it's it's cursed movie.
I know. Oh man, I know. But you know what's not cursed, Chris?
What's that?
Because of it making almost $1 billion at this point, Lilo and Stitch has officially got a sequel coming in the live action sequence world.
So the thing is that the cartoon got a sequel, but like direct to video, So this I wonder how this
and a cartoon show. I love Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
you know how
I
much
actually watched it.
You know how much I love Lilo and Stitch? You know how much I love Lilo and Stitch, dude?
Are you gonna play it? You're gonna play a clip, aren't you?
Oh no, Chris. This is no clip. Well, Hannibal's family.
That's a pretty good Lilo, a pretty good Stitch, I'd say. So they need to hire you to do the next voice.
I studied the voice actor who plays Stitch in the movie because I liked it. It hit like right at the time where I love cartoons anyway.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Obviously, I like cartoons and comics, and so yeah, that's one of my favorite characters. So I'm excited. I'm happy for them. I can't wait to see the movie. I just haven't had time to go see Lilo and Stitch at the theater.
Yeah.
Chris, our new action hero is coming, and we didn't even know it.
Who's it?
You know how it's been that like these older actors who's getting up there in age, like Liam Neeson, Bob Odenkirk, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves has been in and out of action his entire
But he
life.
he doesn't age,
Yeah, he just doesn't age. Well, guess what, Chris? Swinging into action this year, our buddy, the one, the only. He has one action movie, but it's kind of comedy, I guess, or it'd be 2 comedies, 3 comedies. That's right. Here comes the boom because Kevin James is now going to be our new action star. And the new movie, what's it called? Gosh dang it, I just had it. Guns Up. He and his love interest, Christina Ricci, are going to be in the film. It comes out July 18th. And Guns Up follows Ray Hayes, Kevin James, as an ex-cop and devoted husband and father who leads a dangerous double life as a mob henchman on the brink of leaving the family and making his dream of opening a diner with his wife, Alice, a.k.a. Christian Ricci. A reality, his final job goes off the rails. With the clock ticking, Ray has one night to get his unsuspecting family out of the city before he gets snuffed out.
So I liked him as the neo-Nazi in Becky. So yeah, that's I'm willing.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah. I'm only give it a chance. This one.
I don't know how I feel about this one. And when I saw it, I was like, I told my wife, and we were both like, how do you even do that? How do you even do that? The rights, the director of Roadhouse, the original, the first one, or the remake, or whatever, what's his name? I just had it. What was his name? Brad, whatever.
Yeah. What's that brain?
I know.
The director or the writer?
The director.
Doug Liman.
Doug Liman. All right, Doug Liman. There we go. Yeah, now I saw it. Yeah, there it is. Boom. The Hollywood Reporter has word with Roadhouse director Doug Liman, and he is remaking one of the classic Stephen King of all time, but it will not be an 8-part series. It will not be a 10-part series. It will be all in one 3-hour movie. I have no idea how you tell the story in just 3 hours without fucking it up.
The Stand, right?
The Stand. How can you talk about The Stand in like a 3-hour movie?
I'm not sure, man.
You would lose so much character development. Like there's like I can understand if it's a 3-part movie. I can understand it even if it's a 2-part movie where like it leads up to the certain part where then it goes to the next part, where the good guys, the bad guys, or whatever. I can understand all of that. But if you don't give me the backstory of the characters and The Stand, I don't feel like
I feel like right now there are probably like 6 Stephen King movies in development. You know what I mean? Like I just saw a preview.
Oh no! Altogether, no! Wait! They're all in this. I know Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
Running Man is being done. The Long Walk, which we've seen advertised on the help.
Yeah.
Cujo, Carrie, The Dark Tower, Fairy Tale. Now The Stand.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff coming out, and I'm all for it, honestly.
I know. I want every Stephen King thing to be made, even if it's bad. I don't give a shit.
I hope the Long Walk because that was.
I want them to be good though, because The Long Walk looks great.
Yeah, it does.
That might be my best movie of the year, just because Mark Hamill's in it. All right, we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about controversy, and we don't usually do that here.
No.
On our podcast.
We keep it tight. We keep it light up here at TDS, but yeah,
we keep it very light. But Pedro Pascal has called out the one and only J.K. Rowling for her bullying the trans community.
Good.
Over all this time, and he does not appreciate it. In fact, Pascal's words is the one thing that I would say, and I agonized over a little bit, was just, am I helping? Am I fucking helping? It's a situation that deserves the utmost elegance so that something can actually happen and people will actually be protected. Listen, I want to protect the people I love, but it goes beyond that. Bullies make me fucking sick to my stomach. Bam!
His sibling's trans, so he has close ties to this, and I'm with 100% with him. By the way, I fucking love Pedro Pascal.
Well, and me, I'm with Pedro on this one, man. I'm a big fan. I hate bullies. I hate it. I've most of the trouble I've ever got in my life was because I saw someone else get bullied after I got to the size I am. And just went in there and I couldn't take it and I snapped.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. Besides that, I'm like the nicest guy in the fucking world. But so I can't take that people are doing this and bullying people and just because of what they are or who they are, and they're not hurting anybody. I think we need less of the social media and more of we need to go out and meet people again. Because I feel like that's where you get the connections, the humanity.
Yep.
That's just my thought on that.
Yeah.
But I don't usually talk about much controversial things, but
Neil and I are allies of the trans community and the LGBTQ community. So if you don't like that, turn off the show. There's plenty of people who likes to.
Yep. Well, let's talk about something. Another conversation. This one's bad too. Dakota Johnson might be playing in a Star Wars movie, and I know people out there don't want that to happen. No, I'm just kidding. But that way. But Dakota Johnson is being asked to be part of the Star Wars cinema. Now, My problem with that
Sure.
is she did not bring anything to Madam Web. It felt like she just called that
God,
in.
God damn that! And I won't blame the writers, director for that. It's just Madam Web's so terrible, and I know she's a good actress. I mean, I have seen it, but not in that movie. But yeah, Madam Web was so terrible, but I think that was just the hand she was dealt. Uh, it's I forgot she was in it. I forgot. Honestly, I wanted to blot that movie out
I
of my
know.
memory. But you know what? Like she's gonna be in a movie. We're talking about materials at some point in this show, and it's got Pedro Pascal talking about Dakota Johnson. So yeah, I definitely like to see the movie. But I hope
I would
the
definitely like
her
to see
movie.
that movie. I want her to be just I mean, because it just looked like nobody gave two shits and a fuck the whole time in that first one, and that just pissed me off.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. What the heck? What's going on? Sorry, I had to go to different websites because I didn't have as much news as I needed to.
Yeah, sure.
And now it's like popping up like spam sites or whatever. It's all your fault, Chris.
It is always my fault. Honestly, that's truth as a producer. When shit doesn't work, it's my fault, regardless if I did it or not.
What the heck? What is going on here? Oh, it's Hollywood. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna have to cancel that one right now. Boom, boom. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. This is why Chris will edit all this out later.
I will. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull stuff up, man. That's literally what I'm trying to do right now. It's just not happening. All right.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah. Woo woo. All right. So.
Reserve.
Woo woo. Kylie Long is going to be joining Street Fighter as Chung Li from Presence.
From Presence. So we're seeing Presence at some point too for the show. So.
Oh yeah, that's going to definitely be in her stuff. I will make sure to pronounce her name right if you give me 2 seconds. I promise you, I will pronounce it the right way.
Yeah, Neil has a little bit of problems with names sometimes, and that's what part of the show makes it fun. Is Neil mispronouncing shit?
I mispronounce everything, and you know what stinks the worst? Don't listen to the name.
I can't hear what you're saying, dude.
Like
every time you play something on your computer, your computer fucked went weird for a second. You're fine now. He's listening to.
All right, so her name is Colleen.
Okay.
What?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Colleen Long.
I'm not listening to anything.
Okay, it went weird over
Colleen
here.
Long. Am I off or what? What's going on?
It might be off.
All right, give me a second. Yeah, it's definitely off. Give me a second.
Yeah. So something's happened. Niels has a bunch of tabs up. His computer can't keep up, and it causes a delay. But he'll be back in just a second, I imagine. How you guys doing? You guys any questions for me? Neil's back. What's up, dude?
All right, you good?
Yeah.
All right. I think it was that pop-up. It messed us up.
Yeah, sure.
All right. But anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start here. Cut out everything else. All right. Colleen Long is going to be from Presence. It's going to be starring as Chung Li in the new Street Fighter movie that they're doing. So far, I know there's a couple people watching right now, and I know a couple of you guys are wrestling fans. So far, we have Andrew Koja as Ryu, Noah Centineo as Ken. We have Jason Momoa in it. We have Roman Reigns and Orville Peck have all been are all part of the Street Fighter movie.
Orville Peck, really? Orville Peck's he's a fun country gay singer. So I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, who knows exactly everybody who's they're going to play, but I'm sure we're going to find out pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm always waiting. Now, here comes a fun story, Chris. Are you ready for this?
Of course.
For weeks now, we have been talking about a certain movie and all the cast and all the people involved.
Yeah.
The new Once Upon a Time in Hollywood follow up.
Yeah.
With Guy Ritchie, Brad Pitt, like the people all involved in it.
Mhm.
Well, Brad Pitt talked about it the other day while he was at an F1 thing, and he goes, there's something people really don't know. This is something Quentin Tarantino wrote.
Really?
It's an episode, not really a sequel, but it's an episode of the character from Once Upon a Time that he didn't want to direct it at this point. And so our mutual friend, Dave Fincher, stepped in.
That's really cool. I can't.
So Quentin Tarantino is definitely going to be a part of this somehow.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Because
really
when does Quentin Tarantino not jump into the stuff that he writes?
Yeah, exactly. So let's do it. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
The Brandon Flynn, known for True Detective and 13 Reasons Why, has been cast as a legendary James Dean for Willie and Jimmy Dean. It is based off the William Bass 2006 memoir, Surviving James Dean, about their relationship together.
See, I thought you were talking about sausage for a second.
James Dean, one of the most...
Jimmy
the
Dean,
guy who's got the guy who did like 3 movies and his pictures everywhere.
Yeah.
One of the biggest gay icons of all time.
He's gonna be giant, which is pretty good.
I know. Also this week, Chris, not one, but 2 Me Too'd or canceled or whatever celebrities are trying to make their way back into our good graces. One is Kevin Spacey.
It's not gonna work. It's overdue.
He's already doing a European tour and getting like
good luck, man. That's not gonna work for us.
And then the other one is Ezra Miller, who hasn't been in a movie in over 3 years.
Oh, the last one was Flash, right? Or it
was Flash after what's the one with his penis?
I've never seen their penis anywhere.
What movie was that? The one where they're like living in the mansion and
you think that's Saltburn? I don't think he's in Saltburn.
Oh no, that was Barry. That was Barry. Whatever.
Barry Keegan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I saw his penis.
So those 2 are trying to make their ways back in our good graces. Chris, here's a story that's going to make you sad and cry, and you're going to hate everybody in the world.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
AMC theaters are going to be adding regular commercials to all the trailers at the beginning of movies now.
I don't
because
care.
They need
really
money. Because they need more money.
I'm just going to show up later. That's going to happen.
Yep. Now it says actual movies may not begin until 20 to 35 minutes after the time the movie says.
Yeah, so I'll just show up later. I have no issues with that. I'll show up when it is. But as long as I get there before Nicole Kidman, I'm good. So.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Let's get there before Nicole Kidman. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry have broken up. That's sad.
I didn't know they broke up. Okay, sorry to hear that.
As of today.
Okay.
Their 9-year engagement is now done. That sucks. Tony Kaye, the 70-year-old director, is still trying to release a director's cut, his version of what American History X was supposed to be.
I want to see that. I really do.
I do too. I like to see creators' images and what they've done. Stephen King, a book that he calls the best crime fiction of that he read in 20 years, is now getting made. It's a movie called Collision, the final score Collision, and none other than the one and only Jake Gyllenhaal will be acting as the main actor in it. So it just keeps on saying that it doesn't give me a description of what the fuck the story is about. Based on the short story, it just keeps on saying based on the short story, based on the short story. Can someone tell me? Okay, from forced to adapt and survive behind bars, he eventually earns his freedom, only to discover the shocking reason he was kept safe all along. which follows a transformative mission that alters the course of his life forever. All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. I want to see
I'm
that.
down.
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah,
Jake,
if Stephen King says it, then I'm there. All right, so for the movie that we're about to review, here's two stories.
Okay.
One, 28 years later, will be released on Netflix on October 18th, 2025. So if you want to go see it until 4 months from now,
go see it. Go see it.
Go
Theaters,
to the
guys.
theater.
It's really,
Go see it in the theater. And in the sequel, everybody's favorite big dick zombie Samson will be returning for the sequel.
He did have a big dick, didn't he?
Let's talk about it, Chris. That's the end of the news.
Oh, well, you missed one, but we'll talk about it later.
What?
Denis Villeneuve is now that's directing the next James Bond. The guy directed Dune. The guy directed Dune. He's going to direct the next James Bond movie.
Oh, nice! I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That was the movies that suck and some of the news. Now, me and Chris will review the last movie that's all about dead people.
All right, let's talk 28 days or 28 years later. Oh, sorry. 20 years later. This is directed by Danny Boyle, who directed the first one 28 days later. He's directed such things as Trainspotting, Neil's favorite movie. One of his favorite movies, right?
Yeah, I love Trainspotting.
Slumdog Millionaire, Steve Jobs, 127 Hours. He's done all kinds of stuff. And The Sunshine and The Beach. God, The Beach. I forgot about The Beach. And also written by Alex Garland, who's written Civil War. Alex Garland, Civil War, Ex Machina, Annihilation, great sci-fi movies, and he also wrote 28 Days Later. So he's bad. They've teamed up again to make 28 Years Later, which was a production hell for a while, but now it's out. This stars Jodie Comer as Isla.
Gap year tragedy.
This also stars Aaron Taylor Johnson as Jamie.
Oh, cuts out the bag now, isn't it?
Ray Fiennes as Dr. Kelson.
What happened, my dear Zero, is I beat the living shit out of a sniveling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had...
Yeah, so and also the Alfie Williams plays Spike, and that's practically everyone you know. There's a few things, but I feel that's giving it away. So what's really the storyline for 28 years later?
28 years later, man. It's been almost 3 decades since the Rage Brothers escaped a biological weapons laboratory, and now, still in a ruthless and forced quarantine, some have found ways to exist amongst the affected. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single heavy defined causeway. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors as well.
So it's a pretty bad it's a pretty bad description, but I want to go off and say this right away. This is I've not seen a more divided audience on this. And partially
why, Chris? I know why. I know why right off the back. I can 100% tell you why. Because this is 2 movies.
Yep.
It is 2 movies slapped together and made a movie. Now, not only that, because you got the story of the father-son, and then you got the story of the son and mother, and it's like slap in the middle. It's 2 divided stories completely. One main character is the main character for the first part, and another person is the main character for the second part. That I can understand why people are divided. Also, because of this movie, 28 months later, 28 weeks later, what is
Yeah.
28 days, 28
20
weeks?
Yeah.
28 weeks later doesn't exist.
No, it's been there's been postulated that they nuked France at the end of between then and now, so that they were able to push back the rage from the mainland of Europe, and it kept it contained to Britain. That's postulated. It's kind of alluded to in the beginning.
But yeah, and 20 weeks later they ended up in Paris.
I know, but there's postulation that they may nuke Paris. I don't know.
But then
they said they pushed it back. They said they pushed it back in the beginning.
Then on top of that, in 28 weeks later, they also explained that all these monsters would die if you left them on an island by themselves because they'd have nothing else left to eat.
Well, I don't know, Neil. I'm not really interested in that much in the monster war, but
that's the problem. That's the problem. That's why people are angry. That's why I'm not explaining. That's why I'm not angry. I thought this was a fun movie. I'm saying that's what and they have every right. You can't sit there and be like, okay, here's Batman 1, 2, and 3. Oh, but 3 only is a copy of 1, and forget about 2. Like that never happened.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. So you said anything in that. Now I'm done thinking about it because to me, this movie was super fun. It was surprisingly deep, and I think people were mad because it's not the zombie movie they wanted. That's the problem. They wanted.
I think completely the opposite of that. I think the zombie movie is exactly the zombie movie they wanted, but they just wanted it to be actually in the universe they've already had so much time in. Because right now, this is not 28 days and 28 weeks later continuance. This is a whole new story that has nothing to do with that.
No, this is the same one.
And plus, I'm telling you, this is why the internet's mad. I read up on this while I was fucking. And plus, number one reason why the internet is bad is because of that guy right there.
Oh, I thought I was Cillian Murphy. Huh?
They all thought that was Cillian Murphy, and it made so much backlash that people went and started fucking doing the thing they do on the internet where they go bash the movie, just like they're doing right now with what's the one they're doing? Ironheart right now, the TV show, the Iron Man TV show that just got released.
Yeah.
Like all the fans that don't like women are like out there bashing it constantly to get it downvoted so it doesn't happen again.
The guy that played that zombie, Angus Neal, he's a drug dealer. He does look like that. He's that skinny, but I don't. To me, I feel like the things that they're harping on to me are pretty well explained in the beginning. Honestly,
I did too. Like I think that I'm again just.
I don't need to be fucking.
I'm not the one that feels this way. Yeah. I like this movie.
I don't need to be fed answers for what happened because it's fucking 20 years ago.
And right? Let's be very honest. As much as Ralph plays a great character, Rafe plays a good character in this. As good as Mr. Good, the one and only Aaron Tyler
Johnson,
does a great job in this movie. Let's be all 100% clear. All right. Alfie Williams stole this whole freaking movie.
Yeah, he's the
this
shit.
Kid just that he made this. This is his Goonies, man. This is like he just came in there and it's like, oh, look at all these famous actors everywhere. Screw that. I'm just going to steal this movie and take it home. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to let it sit there for a little while. But Alfie Williams, who plays Spike in this movie, the story is, okay, now the way we're saying, and this is kind of a spoiler, but what it is a father and son go looking to kill a zombie. Then there's like a doctor somewhere and the kid wants to take his mom there. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give the full details of everything. But
I do want to mention it's kind of personal. It's got a lot of heart to it. But also a lot of, it does have brutality a lot too. This movie is not only a zombie movie, and I was saying like it's not Dawn of the Dead. It's not Dawn of the Living Dead. This is it's a story about family and deceit and that sort of thing. And
I mean,
by
to
the
the
way,
point where they're handing Coronas at one point, going family.
Yeah, exactly. Just like in fact, this is a spinoff of
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
This is what happens since Vin Diesel hasn't made another Fast and the Furious in 10 years.
So, but to me, like that, I think people are mad because it's not the zombie movie they wanted, but that's the one they got because it's fucking wild. The ending of this thing is so fucking bonkers. By the way, I don't even think what.
I mean, wait. Okay, I don't understand what more you'd want. You get a 9-foot guy running around butt naked with a 10-foot dick, running in the middle of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there are grotesque scenes.
Oh, dude, they go straight for the gore in this. Like, if you want gore in your horror zombie movies, see this movie. There's so much of it.
There is so many weird, fucking disgusting. Like, I wanted to be around that table where they're like, "All right, this is the thing we thought of," and to be like, "Who are the ones that said, all right, man, let's do that?" Like, let's do this. And that's the thought we have. And as someone at the table went, yes, that's exactly what we should do.
Yeah.
Because that happened way too many times in this fucking movie. But at the same time, it's kind of like a Terrifier.
Yeah.
Which today, the former women's champion of WWE, the one of the greatest, Rhea Ripley, who comes out to like in this moment, not in this moment. I can't remember the name of it, but comes out. But anyway, she's a big rocker. She put out on a podcast today that came live that she wants to be in Terrifier 4, and they're already reaching out to her. She goes, I don't care if I'm in it for 5 minutes. I don't give a damn. Cut my head off.
Yeah.
And they go, and she goes, I will do it for free.
And so, but 20 days years later, this is definitely different than the 20 days later, definitely 20 weeks. But I thought it was wild. It was kind of disjointed, but I really enjoyed this movie. I can't wait for this.
I think what and some of your conclusion, it might be a little bit right on some of the hate, but I know it's those other 3 things too. I know it's like 4 little. They found 4 little things to nitpick about altogether, and they added it all to a big hate. And because they got those 4 things, it's just like me and Dark Knight. Like I don't like the version of the thing that they did, and so I hate it. So like. Just like people didn't like the version of this, they didn't like what happened. But the thing is, this was a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I know they had the sequel coming out in January, and I can't wait to see it after seeing the fucking bonkers ending of this movie.
It's the weird. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The ending of this thing is something I wasn't sure I loved until I thought about it. I fucking love the ending of this thing. And I can't wait for the next one.
But this is one of the weirdest fucking facts about this movie, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
This film was primarily shot using a iPhone 15 Pro Max, which makes this film the biggest feature-length movie to be shot on a smartphone.
That seems money, I bet, right? That seems
that's mind-blowing.
Yeah. I mean, it's good though. It looked like a real fucking good movie. It looked like great. It looked great. I saw it in theaters. I think you should.
Oh, wrong. But I mean, like, look at this. Oh, that's bad. But look at this.
Yeah.
That's an iPhone.
Yeah.
An iPhone did this, Chris.
I know. It's insane.
Look at that. An iPhone.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
So it's like, why didn't the people at Drop use an iPhone?
Yeah.
Since it was based about cell phones anyway.
Yeah, that would make sense, right? That would be kind of cool, actually.
That would have been way more. That would have made way more sense. But the gore in this movie is nuts. The story in this movie it is a good story, especially even for a horror movie. It gives it a lot of heart, gives it a lot of depth, like me and Chris have already stated.
Yeah.
The action in this movie is ridiculous. There's
the direction in this is so disjointed, but on purpose. Like like it's supposed to be kind of stuttery. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
like that, and that's what I really really enjoyed Danny Boyle coming back and giving us this.
And definitely do not show this to anybody under the age of 12, at least at minimum.
Oh yeah, the thing is also I want to mention this, and I was talking about this on the way home from the movie, is that each 28 Days movie is into something different. A lot of movies come back and they'll do a sequel where the same characters come back, and I
Yeah,
actually
they try to get that same feeling,
yeah,
and they
I
don't hit it.
appreciate they didn't do that. It's a completely different story than the other two, and that's important, I think. So when you come back and revisit something, it has to be fresh, and they made it seem fresh, and
And that's the thing. I loved it. I love the fact that this just like I love the story of this movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. I thought the way they put the way the island even is, and the concept behind low tide, high tide is how they stay safe. Like literally, just that alone is just a smart way to write something like this.
Yeah, it feels like it also it does do pretty good, not oblique references, but pretty clear references to like stuff we face with today when it comes to COVID-19 and leaving and not coming back and that sort of thing. Quarantine, right? And this movie does do that, and then not in the boring way like I wrote this during quarantine. No, this is just a great movie that we finally got because it was stuck around. And 20 years later, so we got it. And I'm very excited for it to come out. And I can't wait for the next one.
And another thing I do have to give out there is like the Aaron Taylor Johnson actor, our next James Bond, supposedly. I love how one movie I absolutely love him, and then the next movie I absolutely hate him. And in this movie, he does it twice. I think, it's like, yeah, you're awesome. Oh, you're kind of a dick, bro. It's like, oh no, man, he's sad. Oh man, I love him. It's like I don't know why. Like I have this hate love with his acting, his characters, and I love that. And I think he knocked it out of the park as well.
Yeah, this is a great movie, and I love it. Like to me, this will probably be my top 10 time around mentions.
That's what I'm saying. Like this might make it into my top 10 as well. This is easily one of my favorite movies of the year.
All right, what's your score in this then, Neil?
4.6. Man, I love this one. I love
I'm with
this
you on
one.
that.
4.6. Yeah.
4.6.
That like it was a surprise. I was like, oh man, I don't know. I really whatever. Okay, we'll go do the movie because it's the reboot of the reboot or the sequel 10 years later. Whatever. Me and Chris now have seen so many reboots, sequels, remakes, continuances from 25 years ago. Halloween, where it's like, oh, this movie is actually after the second movie, and no, not even the second movie, after the first movie, Halloween from 1970. It's like,
no,
whatever.
This is how it's done. This is how it's done. When you come back and you make a fresh idea, it needs to be like this. It needs to be good. It needs to maybe in the same universe, but we don't need the same characters. That's what I like about it. I like that they didn't go back and do a legacy sequel. This is just a straight up sequel, different story.
I mean, it was very easy to. They're coming.
Yeah, they could have done that, but they didn't. So
they could have done that. They could have just for 1 hour. They could have just been. Just like that.
But they didn't do that. Did something different.
No. They could have done stuff like.
All right.
Anyway.
So Neil, we give both of 4.6. We say go see in theaters, right? I'd say go see in theaters. Neil, which is the audience score for 20 years later?
91%.
64%.
Whoa! Yeah. What crack are they on?
Exactly. That's why it's not the zombie movie they wanted. Whatever. What's the critic score for 20 years later?
95%.
89%. Pretty close.
It went down.
Yeah, but the critic consensus is 20 years later, tasked in contemporary anxieties with the ferocious urgency of someone infected with rage virus, delivering a haunting and visceral thrill ride that defies expectations. I'd be a bad review and a good review. This is from Julian Little. He says, I wanted to live 20 years later, and I did. Until the last 5 minutes. Personally, I love the last 5 minutes, so you can suck a dick on that one. And then this is
damn, Chris, don't be so violent.
I'm gonna be violent. I'm gonna be mad.
And
then
violent, bro.
This is from Ryan Bissell of Horror Movie Club podcast. He's a 5 out of 5. He says, 20 years later is both a return to the stylistic form of Boyle's first entry in the franchise, as well as an upgrade. Film takes bold swings that are anchored by a heartfelt plot and excellent performances. I agree. Like we said, Jodie Comer's reading this, but really, this all belongs to Alfred Williams, in my opinion. You know, like he was, yeah. But
so Chris,
go see, yeah.
This is why I guess 95%.
Okay. Oh, it was on the poster.
It was on the poster. I literally had to cut it off of the poster.
Yeah, if you look at it, it says as of a certain date at the beginning of it, at the bottom of it. But there were a lot of people that shit on this movie because it's not the zombie movie they wanted. But I think you and I, who are horror fans, and also, I guess we're Cindy Critics now, I brainwashed Neil into that. We found a lot to appreciate. We like this
Freddy's
movie.
Dead is not the Nightmare on Elm Street I wanted, but I
It's
still
one you got.
quite enjoy it. Yeah.
But your favorite still Dream Warriors, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because that's when the campiness starts.
All right. Well, are you ready to get out of here? What
Yeah, dude, let's get done. I got some chicken enchiladas to go eat.
What are we doing next week?
I don't know. What did we agree to on earlier?
You're saying Megan or F1?
Megan or F1. Oh my gosh. Guys, what should we do? Should we do Megan or F1? There's like 23 people here.
Yeah, they should say it. But I'll start. You know, here's what I'll start talking. I'll start doing the outro, and they get back to us. We'll do it, and then not. We'll figure out over text before.
Yeah, it'll be either Megan 2.0 and F1. We can't do both of those because they're both at the theater. We have a whole list of movies we need to get through, and we'll make the episode copy each other, so at least it's everything.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God, Chris.
What's that?
I gotta pee. Can I pee now?
You can find us on Hollywood.net. We're at Facebook.com/podcast. When this Instagram MTS podcast, we're on Boys Got Movies on Some Podcast, Movies on Some Podcast, BSKY, social, whatever. You guys can find us on Patreon/Movies Don't Suck, WTNet.com, W2 You'll find us on the cool podcast. Send us the info, so old fashioned email at info@moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're also a Riffmod podcast. You can find Movies Don't Suck on something I do. You guys want a sticker? Message us anywhere you can get all of us anywhere. And we'll get that sent out to you free charge for you. You know, who do small businesses?
You got a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to advertise you right here on the podcast. Just like that. It's just easy and simple. You just got to tell Chris, tell me, email us, message us, tell us in person, tell us out in the world, and we'll advertise you right here to our thousands of followers and our millions of listeners right here on Movies I'm Sucking Some Do.
I didn't realize you put in the email, you put this.
I will fuck you, all right? I will enter you.
I want them to say that in the
email. Whoa.
They don't do that. They don't do that.
That's a little violent, man. Dude, that's
I don't
just
care.
like,
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, it's getting a little crazy.
Geeks.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
Remember, guys, no matter how hard you try in life, if you just get dropped, maybe you can see her 28 years later and see if she's dating a man named Samson. Let's have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to go eat some enchiladas.
I'm going to go. I gotta pee and eat some food, too, so.
We're gonna pee in a bucket. All right, see you guys. Thank you for guys watching. See you next week.